Okay, so let's start with our today's session, which is all about unsupervised learning. So today we are going to see K-mean clustering algorithms. Okay, so K-mean clustering algorithm is one of the well-known algorithm for clustering the data. Okay, we need to assume that the number of clusters are already known. This is called as flat clustering. Okay, so the thing is, we are going to means here this is flat clustering. Okay, and here we are going to provide the number of clusters, okay, which are already known. It is an interactive clustering algorithms. The steps given below need to be followed for the algorithm. Okay, so yes, let's move. Step one is we need to specify the desired number of K subgroups. Okay, so we can define that how means we can define the value of K. That is the number of clusters we want, like 1, 2, 3. Clusters is nothing but the groups. Okay. So 4, 5, 3, 2, more than 2. Okay. So we can define. Then they fix the number of clusters and randomly assign each data point to a cluster. Or in other words, we need to classify our data based on the number of clusters. Yes. Okay. So here we are creating in our data 4 clusters. Okay. And then we are randomly assign each data point to a cluster. Means whatever number of data we are creating here, we will randomly assign to this, and to this 4 clusters. Okay. So we will see it one by one in code. Okay. Then we are going to towards our cluster centroid. Centroid means if this is your data, it's centroid means there one centroid will be there. Means your all data will revolve around that. Or else you can see your data will be near to this centroid. If for the second, your centroid means for every cluster, one centroid will be there. Okay. As this is an iterative algorithms, we need to update the location of K centroids with every iteration until we find the global optima, or in other words, the centroids reach at their optimal locations. Okay, so any one of you is family it's already worked with the machine learning algorithms where you do iteration, or where you like put your code for learning machines. Anyone? Iteration is there. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
In deep
ma'am.
learning, yes, in deep learning as well, iteration concept is there where likewise we can say we adjust our code, or not our code means our code adjusts its own position. Yes. So for example, this is your cluster and your centroid is here. Okay, so you have to adjust it, means you have to like run that code up to that, means you have to adjust the centroid to here. Okay, so you can easily see this is your centroid. Means centroid means something which is at center, or some all the things around it. So this cannot be its centroid, like this point. This can be, right. So you have to adjust this centroid to this for all the data of that cluster. Okay. The following code, let's see. This is the following code implementing the K-mean clustering algorithm in Python. Okay. So as I said, we can use matplotlib as well as cburn, okay, for visualization. And today we are going to see scikit-learn module. Okay. And one more thing I want to tell you, there is one sklearn site, okay, where you will get everything, means every line of code, meaning of everything you can check there. Okay, so let's start with importing. So these are the importing libraries we want, like matplotlib, cburn, numpy, and sklearn. Okay, so sklearn we need for this importing clusters. Now, actually, I have already written the meaning of every line so that even I share the document with you, you will easily get it. Okay. The following line of code will help in generating the two-dimensional dataset containing the 4 blobs by using make blob from the sklearn dataset package. Okay. So you can see here, this is randomly created data set. From sklearn.datasets, import make blobs. You can make, means this is as we saw in NumPy, we can randomly create numbers, right? Here you can we can randomly create blobs. Okay, so x comma y true equals to make a blobs and samples. These are the number of samples 500, centers equals to 4, clustered standard STD equals to 0.40, random state equals to 0. You can change the centers as well. If you make it 3 clusters will be there. If you make it 5 clusters will be there. You can change this. Okay. Or else let me show you. Yes, I have written centers 3, so I got 3 blobs. So it was 4 because the next code is for 4. So you will get 4 blobs. Okay. This is your size. You can change it. Okay, so this is small, become small. This is your size. Okay. Then the next is, as I say, we need to in like we here we are initializing the k-means to be the k-mean algorithm with the required parameters of how many clusters. Okay. So as I said, we can where was that? It's the number specific. Yes, we need to specify the desired number of k subgroups. Okay, so we can initiate here that how many clusters we want. Okay, k means size. So n clusters equals to 4. Now we are going to train our data. So k means dot fit x. X is your this samples. We have already stored all the samples and these 4 centers in the x. So if you can see here, k means dot fit x, y k means equals to k means predict x. So here you can, if you can see, your x is input and y is output. So for both input and output, we are going to use these blobs, means 4 clusters. And the next thing, this is PLD scatter, means just scatter plot we are using. The important thing is C map. Okay, so we can change the color, means that is color map. So color map will give different colors for each clusters. This is nothing but the name of palette. Okay, you can change this. There is another also in machine learning. Okay, or else means this will this is just a type of one color palette. Okay, so this is your clusters looks like. And the next and the main thing is of centroid. Okay, so if you wrote this for the centroids, so actually the thing is this output means yes, actually the thing is this like clusters and the centroids should be together at, I mean should look together at the output. Okay, but due to some something, they are not able to print. Today I supposed to teach you nearest neighbor, but still this was there. So I'm giving you overview. So at the end you will get this image plus this image. Okay, means this centroid should be here. Right now I'm not able to show you due to some error, but that centroid should look like this. Okay. So these are your centroids and these are your clusters. So here the clusters are randomly created, or else we can do it using feature engineering for our data as well. Okay. So any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you. Okay. So let's move towards our next algorithm. This is your k-mean clustering. So the next algorithm is k nearest neighbor. Yes. So k nearest neighbor is means one of the k-mean clustering. This is also one of the type of unsupervised learning. Okay. So similarly, we did importing the important package. These are libraries. You can call it framework. You can call it like packages as well. Okay. So we need NumPy, Matplotlib, and sklearn. So here we have imported. Okay. So for example, means for like explaining the things, we have taken one array. We have created one array. So your A is means we have assigned all the numbers to array A. So your A is this array. Then we need to define the nearest neighbors. So how many points we want to find? Okay, for example, let me tell you one example. If your teacher want to find you, okay, so first thing they will do is they will find your friend. Okay, yes, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so as I said, for example, if okay, let me tell you with okay, for example, X, Y, Z. Okay, A, B, and C. And okay, so these are two groups. Okay. So if we want to find Y, for example, this is you, this is also you, for example. Okay, if you are absent in your class, so first thing will your teacher do is they will ask to your friend, to your best friend only. Okay, not in your whole class, they will ask. Means nearest people to you, your X friend and your Z friend. Likewise, your A friend and your C friend, if you are B, right? They will, even not only your teacher, even someone knows you, and if you are absent, then that person will directly ask to your best friends. Okay, so here we can define the number of your best friends. For example, if our k equals to 1, okay, and your teacher equals to your algorithm. Okay, so if you we decide k equals to 1, then your teacher will find on means teacher will ask to only x. If k equals to 2, then your teacher will ask to x and z. If k equals to 3, then teacher will add one student near to you, because after z it isn't, so it will start asking previous. Is this clear? Actually, I tried to explain it using very simple example. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So here our k is 3, means if we tried to find any number, we will get its 3 nearest neighbors. Okay. So our test data is here 3.3 and 2.9. So 3.3, where is it? Okay, so this is your sample data, right? So here we are going to find where that 3.3 and 2.9 data fits. Okay, we are going to find the 3 nearest neighbors from your this data. Okay, that is the our main task. So as you can see, plot figure, plt dot titles, input data, yes. Then plot scatters a, means this is complete, you are plotting your this plots, these points. A, this is just your means all data we are going to plot. Marker 0, size equals to 100, color equals to black. So here these are your all the points. Okay. So if you observe first point 3.1 and 2.3. 3.1, 2.3. So this is your 3.1 and 2.3. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Likewise, second is 2.3, 4.2. So 2.3, where is 2.3 and 4.2? Maybe this. No, sorry. This is that. This is the second point, right? 2.3 and 4.2. Yes. Okay, so this is your points. So let's find the 3 nearest neighbor for 3.3 and 2.9. So we are going to find it using this k nearest neighbor model. As we saw in the classification, in the supervised learning classification, same there is also a single line KNN model, nearest neighbors and neighbors equals to K algorithm auto fit A. Fit A is your for your fitting input files. Distance indices KNN model. This is just a line of code. By using, you can means you just have to apply this on your input data, and you can see here. This is your output. So this is print nearest neighbors for rank index in enumerate indices 0 to K start equals to 1. Print a string rank plus is a index, means is this will check which is the nearest neighbor for your test data. Okay, this will check which is the nearest neighbor for your test data, and likewise it will print. If you want to plot this data, you can just using PLT figure. Same, this is your title, plot scattered. You have means using scatter plot only, whatever you did here. This is your first, means same plot you have to use. Okay, along with the indices you mention this part as well, right? This indices means this is only part who is going to give us. So our first nearest neighbor for 3.3. So let me write this. Control C. So this is our test data. So the first nearest point is 3.1. and the second is 2.3. Second nearest neighbor is 3.9 and 3.5. Third nearest neighbor is 4.4 and 2.9. So we can directly see this here. Okay, so if I copy paste these terms, this output here, and this is our okay. So this is your test. Okay. So this is your test data, means you have to find this location, which is 3.3 to 2.9, whose first nearest neighbor is 3.1 to 2.3. This is your first nearest neighbor. Second is 3.9 to 3.5. This is your second nearest neighbor. And this is your third nearest neighbor, that is 4.4 to 2.9. This is your third nearest neighbor to this point. So if you you can directly see it from the figure. Okay. And the thing is, okay, so if you want the each and every meaning of this argument, you can find it from sklearn site. Not for this algorithm, but for every algorithm. Means every time if you have any doubt regarding the arguments, you can just go to the sklearn site and you will see there. So let me show you that site. Okay. Okay, so you can go for this scikit-learn.org. Okay, you can get everything here. That is for your that is for your knowledge, I'm telling you. So this is all about the k nearest neighbor and k mean clustering. Okay, these are two most useful and most easy also. I hope you people understood. Okay.